Kuno care? Kuno doesn't...
This orange machine is dead. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it. Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes.
Hello? Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the...
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain.
After you, officer.
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius. So what kind of dye are you looking for?
She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking. I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need.
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set. Unless you want, take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide.
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there. Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind. A star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure? Yes, you definitely have the proper attitude. How about a pair of 100-sided dice?
Pieces of lodestone were used as the first magnetic compass.
10 real, and I can get these ready in 8 hours. Great, see you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else? Nothing really.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then,
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything.
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of... Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers.
she's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the dark.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides,
This person values focus above all. She keeps her sharp sight on the instruments before her.
it's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
She nods.
Anything else, officer? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a...
Creative.
When she arrived here, there was no room anywhere else. She must have known the other businesses.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true. Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow? All right, but it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the Whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the east of the Commerce Central project. And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million real business idea, yet somehow I've...
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
Malignant entity? What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity? Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring. But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad. It's not about the haircut, it's about the confidence.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet. It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitem's boxing club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime. A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back. Kuno. Who's Kuno? Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid. It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs...
It's not really full of that. No one would...
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful. Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company. Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit...
What's the snuff, Milia?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that. As if it's just another piece of information.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't...
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just... Anything else? There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came. Yeah, the atelier didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials, and you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection. Really? Anyway. They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is. Sure, it's illegal, but it's not exactly anything extraordinary in business. Besides, Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in '47.
They were just the props. Why return them? Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it. It would take too long.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio. They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral.
That's understandable. Fantasies are serious things. The mind...
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically the usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the... Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some...
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic, and to show up to work on time. And so it's producing something extraordinary. Anything else? Oh boy, the fabled Revo Show ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Fritta does the same thing.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering, and they already had the bear. The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed, and eventually Ravishell Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece. Maybe. Because the taxidermist who made the bear definitely wasn't. He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants.
Sounds cool. Why is everyone doing drugs in this place? Even the taxidermist?
Megatherion, a mega wild beast. It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly. Understandable. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
Little sparkling embers under the window.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time. Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet. You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce.
If the Whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the Dune commercial area.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure. Before my advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, floriography, trick-track, especially pinball.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for a year. Are you sure it was Slipstream SEA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore. Oh, right. But did this person say anything? Tricentennial Electrics? It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing?
It was too real to be just a prank. Either we're dealing with whatever happened, keep your cool. It's probably better to admit that it was a harmless prank.
Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing. Sure, I'm listening. I'm pretty sure it still doesn't work. Sure, I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. So cool. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they... What are you, deaf? They're perfect, like rock star politicians and drug addict. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Bayi. With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
Officer!
Undressing in a stranger's place of business? Yes, it was an unbelievably bad...
Miss, I apologize for my colleague's behavior. He's still recovering from...
That doesn't really excuse it, does it? You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That ruby of yours? Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Clasia. It was nice and ruby-centric in the end. Anything strike you a bit off about this mishmash? Absolutely. It could have come from anywhere. but you're suddenly so certain it came from the roof behind the window. Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you. That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now. You know that. Don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid. He's just jealous.
What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be a novelty dice maker. Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The answer, to hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire.
Too many inconsistencies. What kind of...
Good luck persuading her. Some people can rationalize anything.
Yes, because her business consists of the psychic leech that's been feeding the curse. I see that you've fallen for her manipulation, Detective. The investigation is over. Thank you for nothing. Please, do buy some books, or be on your way.
Wow. Total psychic collapse. There was never any other way this could have gone. She's just too...
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am. Can we go now?
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves... Nay, I haven't...
Because she's blind, which you seem to have forgotten.
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works. And it doesn't work when people tell on each other. Aye, that you are, Dark Omen. Help yourselves and your organization. Help the storm clouds gather on the earth. There's not much to tell. People come and go. Now, was there something else?
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. Oh? Who? Okay. When did this person stay here? Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for fishing, so I usually start at 4 in the morning. Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Now I'm just waiting. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else. Well, how can I assist you then?
I'll just keep the Corde Leche in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
Hi, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way.
Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier.
Something about the way she says it makes you want to sing.
Oh, jetty, oh, jetty. It's good to see you here, detectives. I only just...
What brings you here, Mad?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did track your progress along the coast, however, and decided... Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the Corde Leche red. Like blood, you see. Well, how do I like it?
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet, the smell of salt and dog.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name, all the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor car? I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will. You should ask...
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests.
Fortunately for you, Madame, the RCM is on the scene.
All right. Politics time. Let's react.
Maybe. Have I told you how they discovered this place? No, they're in Celindian, Isola. I'm guessing you don't know then. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty. I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This... Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location? Godspeed.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, mister. Luby. My mom tells me I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that I can't say
Kids.
bye. Hello, mister. Bye.
Our tenant, the policeman.
The legend! He's back!
Tequila Sunset.
Things have really turned around for you, haven't they? You've got big money. Don't be shy, Tequila. Of course I'll do it. I'm your man. Your personal brand strategist man. Now, I know I'm not your but I've got something the others don't. I'm on your level.
Great can-do attitude. A billion real mindset. Clinically insane energy. Hire him on the spot.
No, Tequila, no. What do you need to know?
He doesn't exactly come across as responsible. Are you sure you can trust him with your entire fortune?
I used to be a moderately high net worth individual myself, if I can say so. I've managed...
A subtle smile lights up his puffy face, like a ray of sun breaking through the stratosphere.
At the Boom Boom Room, I directed a team of talent architects. People so...
We're going to need examples here. Just going by one of... You're after measurable performance, not tales of happy memories.
Remember when Maria Capoleva caused an uproar by walking the red carpet in those slippers? The ones with the stick-on jiggly tits?
Yes, yes.
That was me. I did that.
All right, here we go. Miss Kapaleva, nay, Olga Grebenikova, was once known as East Revishel's premier...
Drinking is the fuel to my fire. Moistens me up to ensure the high concepts. Ah, shit.
He could definitely work more on his hand-eye coordination.
Okay. Let me get a sip first. You see, net worth means nothing to the people of Martinez. Nada. No. For them to see your wealth, to really respect that, you need to convert it into something real, something tangible. The bigger the better. The Horseback Monument! That's the center of the district. They'd have to pay attention to that. We could get your name up there in light.
You're aware that monument is supposed to look like it's exploding.
I didn't say renovating. I said reconceptualization. It's medium concept shit is what it is.
The level of conceptualization could always be higher. Yes. But what would it cost?
Nothing up front. That's because I always put the client first. My cut'll come out of...
We really haven't got time for this. In case you've forgotten, we are supposed to be investigating a murder.
And forget about contractors and the like. This job I'm handling personally. Concept and execution. That's it. I'm back! Sorry about that, my friend. This isn't about me. This is about you. I can already see it. Tequila Sunset, spelled out in cap. Whoa there! No need to worry about that. I've got it all under control. Besides, it helps with my creativity. I don't think I can do it. Sorry.
Some complex calculations are taken.
No, you're right. I've got to do this. I need this. Give me half an hour, my friend. In fact, I demand you to sit down here and not move until I...
The lieutenant massages his temples. and looks down at the ground.
Relax. I see you both running around like maniacs, just back and forth, back.
He turns his swollen nose to face the sun, cheeks ruddy from the biting wind.
Exactly. Just give me a minute or two.
Before you know it, the man has put down the bottle, stood up, and left. You chat a bit with old Rosemary. Then, try to strike up a conversation with Don't Call Abigail about something other than Abigail. To no avail. The lieutenant sits silent the entire time, preferring to, after what feels like ages, you hear the fence creaking as if under a large weight. Look at him. Just look at him. It's Idiot Doomspyro. He's back, like a beast made of jaundice and fetid polypropylene. He returns locked in stiff combat with...
I know. Ran into some problems there. Material shortages and the like. But don't...
He seems even more... He can't even walk straight. How did he write your name in cathode rays?
Of course I am. When you're ready, and I don't think you ever will, just head on over to the Horseback Monument. You'll see. World's gonna know.
The lieutenant closes his notebook.
But if there's anything else your old friend can do for you, let me know.
Can't really remember seeing any women after losing my keys.
He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking part in a murder investigation. I really don't know, sir. I certainly don't feel like I've won. I feel like shit, sir. All the time. Clearly, I haven't. We're having this conversation, aren't we?
The wet wind, heavy with brine and industrial pollution from the stacks nearby.
I'm stuck in Martinez just like all of us. I've been up here for... I don't know how long now. For my sins, of course. The long-standing sins of a bad, frivolous... For destroying my first love. For working for bad people. The list goes on and on. Did I? Why do I still feel suspicion hanging over me then? What I managed was to get him killed. I understand that. I don't know what to say. None of this is fortuitous for me. The what? Oh, those ones. I don't know. I mean, there's no reason for me to think that.
She nods, slowly. There is suddenly a strange glint in her eyes. Not malicious, but dangerous.
Ah, yes. The night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you were a police officer. Wow. Elysium. You don't hear that term often. There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music. I can't say. Probably not. Sounded like you were flying solo. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them.
Oh, that? Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO.
OO were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
Then, doesn't life get hard because we go on?
I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace. A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite... That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself, don't be. I was going out later anyway. It didn't bother. Then you started screaming and trashed the place. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. And no problem, sir.